And this promises to be another great encounter. Emily Duddy, of course, was very, very good in Boston. I'm Tony Holgate, and joining me, somebody who knows Emily very well, Mike DeMarco. How are you, buddy?
Doing fantastic. Glad to be here.
And you're one of Duddy's buddies.
That's right. Going to make a Facebook page for Duddy's Buddies. And Emily definitely prepared for this one, coming off of a first-place finish at the Boston Open Women's over Ashley Benoit in fantastic style, banking the balls in.
That was a great final, by the way. So
yeah, it really was. No, that's great. I mean, you know, both of these players definitely looking to, you know, look at this, unreal. And that could be just early nerves on this featured table. Emily, I would think, has a little more experience in the arena. However, I am a bit unfamiliar with our alternate player here. Looks like her nickname is Smurf, judging by the jersey there. I've just received a package. How about that? They find me everywhere, Tony. I could be sitting on a desert island, they'll deliver it.
Well, depends what's in it.
Always something good. Always. Emily Duddy with an additional opportunity here. So she's going to take control, try to run these solids.
Ooh. A loose one there from Emily. Another of the women you will see in action tonight as well in the mixed pairs. She's partnering up with Dave Matlock in a very formidable duo. So Sandy Wilder on the stripes.
Yeah, she's really got a few opportunities to get onto this 12. But I think she wanted to maybe leave this 14 to help her with that. But as the game progresses, so does the plan. And I think she's kind of just taking this one shot at a time here, Tony. Really just trying to go through the motions shot after shot. But as we know, if you leave that problem for the end of the rack, it can be very... Look at her. Focused on this one. Yeah, she was trying to work the cue ball, and she gets fortune on the 13. Double kisses it in, but really not much to do in this situation. Tony, what's she going to do at this point? She's in a tough spot.
Yeah. And that's not going to help. Emily Duddy now big favourite to win this first rack. She can take her time here and keep making Sandy fire down into those stripes. And eventually she's going to push that 8 ball out.
And floats that 4 into the corner. Now, I don't know if Emily wants to be super aggressive here. I feel like the 3 ball is taunting her right now. She's going back to it. Yeah, she takes the 3 out. Now she's kind of figuring this out as she goes. I'm curious if she's going to play this combination. She's kind of back and forth with her decision here. Yeah, she wanted to come all the way around for that 6. And she was going to try to float onto the backside of the 8. But she's going to have to take on the bank here. She almost comes with a double, but she does pocket the other stripe. So Sandy Wilder, not really with much to work with. Depending on how close these are, I don't know how lucrative the safety option is going to be. She's going to try to just float it underneath here. She went with a kick shot there.
Oof.
So super aggressive. And that's going to be ball in hand for Emily Duddy, who will quickly take rack one with these two shots here.
Yeah, and probably a little bit relief in the end for Emily.
Yeah,
Down goes the 8.
Yeah, it was definitely a touching moment.
Oh, fantastic.
A little light on the break there. Not a ton of power going into that rack. So this one's going to get picked apart. And Emily Duddy going to get first crack at this one. Remember, we are racing to 5. Emily going to just take a quick look around the world.
Yeah, they're all there, the stripes. 13 is available down into the bottom left. Just going to shoot 11 now.
Don't you think you maybe shoot that ball on the side for your out ball, the 12 ball?
I want to get rid of that early doors. I think I'll play the 14 now. She can get it in the side pocket. I'll leave that 10 there. That's going to get me onto the 13. So I play the 14, then I play the 12. I play the 15 into the top right. Because I've left the 10 there, play that. And then make the 13 across. And as long as you leave yourself low, so lower than the 7, if you make the 13, the 8 will go in the side pocket. You'll get past the 1. But I think Emily's opting for a different route.
Yeah, I think she's going to play the 10 to the side and just come above to shoot the 13, maybe just back and forth, 15, 12, 8. But the 3 ball could be a problem if she bumps the 8 ball a little low. And so she has arrived.
She has to play the 13 now. Has to.
It's going to be tough to get back down there for that one. Well, perhaps she's leaving it there as kind of an insurance plan, but the plan here is just get out.
She can play the 12. You're going to have to leave the angle pinpoint here on the 15. I don't think she has. I think she's wrong side. She's going to have to draw the cue ball back into the side rail. Can she pump this around the angles bit? I think she's made this trickier than it should have been.
Yeah, it's awkward cueing. Makes the ball. Where's the cue ball?
And that was always the big problem. That's why I'd have liked to take that 13 early. It was always the toughest to get on.
Tell you, Tony, this is a really difficult ball to hit. It's really just a one-rail kick, and you've got to manipulate the cue ball. Nothing natural about making contact here. With a right-hand spin, get it down table. Very good attempt, but not going to get the ball to fall.
So Sandy Wilder, cue ball in hand, passed to her by our referee Richard Rhodes.
I feel like Sandy's got to be doing something with that 5-2 here. You got the
about
ball
to
in
say
hand.
that, yeah. Well, it's going to be cue ball now in hand for Emily Duddy, and I'm not quite sure what she's done.
Maybe she adjusted it with the tip of the cue.
I think we've seen one of those before.
Yeah, I think that's what had happened.
Saw it in Boston. I was looking across. It was just quite bizarre.
Well, I mean, Emily Duddy's going to gladly accept the ball in hand and shoot those 2 balls in.
I always say I did it once myself at the start of my career. I did it. I got called foul. My opponent ran the match. I did it at 7 racks each, and it cost me a tournament. I never ever did it again. I used to always move the ball with my hand every time.
Well, that's really the theme of
you can't
not knowing a rule. Yeah.
If you move it with your hand, you cannot ever commit that foul. You take it out the equation completely.
Yeah, that's really the theme, Tony. If someone makes an error and they're unfamiliar with the rule, or just a little lax on placing a ball like we saw here from Sandy, usually that will never happen again.
No.
Once you get called on it, you say, hey, that's a thing now. Sandy with a nice look at this table here. Dry break from Emily. A little tentative. Not really sure what her plan is here. She's going to go with the 13 to the corner. Spinning that cue ball. Isn't that the most fun, Tony? Just spin the rock.
That's why I love the cue balls now, because we've always got the spots on them, so you can actually see where the spin's coming from. Before, you know, go back a few years, or several years, in the UK, it was just plain, so you couldn't see all that spin.
And that's an unfortunate bump there. Missing the shot is one thing, but scratching off of another object ball. She scratches off the 4 in the top left there. And that's really disheartening if you're Sandy Wilder. But nonetheless, Emily Duddy knows, regardless of why you're at the table, you have one job, and that's to clear it. Nice maneuver there from Emily. Emily known as the billiard bombshell. She's from Los Angeles, currently residing in New York. And she is out there almost every week, traveling to an event in living pool and living her dream.
Yeah, she loves it. Quite a character as well.
Yeah, she's always a fun time. There's control there.
Yeah, she's a very popular performer.
Yeah, I think you have to be a bit of a character to really get that massive fan base. Now, the talents are one thing, but really just
Tara Connor as well. They get on very well.
Yeah, just being likable and having a persona, being able to speak to your people. And Emily's done that very nicely over the years.
Just wants to get the 7 in, get the cue ball up the table. And that's nicely done. The 8 will go past that 14 ball into the bottom corner, so she hasn't got to be too cute with her position.
And she's going to change her attack. No,
I think
she's just preparing.
She's seen how far she has to come back so she can actually reach it without having to get the rest out. That'll be fine. Cut the 6 and then come across over to the side rail and back again.
Almost on the same line she is now would be ideal. Perhaps a bit closer. But she's just going to come back and forth across with the cue ball. English reversed a bit on that one, so a little more distance than she would have liked.
You need to dig down a little bit there just to pull it away from the rail. If you watch the likes of Shane Van Boning and Johnny Archer play that shot, they dig down. Oof. She just clips the 14, so Sandy Wilder will get another bite at the cherry.
Yeah, normally in a situation like this, I would say Sandy's going to look for some kind of a natural safety, but really just needs to get on the top portion of the table. And I think she's done well with that, Tony.
Yeah, indeed.
Full ball eclipse. Emily looking to perhaps kick this up where that yellow striped 9 is. Get a little help with the 9 ball. And now Sandy Wilder looking at a nice wide open table. Nothing standing in her way. So if she can finish this one up, it'll build a bit of confidence, get some comfort on the equipment, and she'll be coming up to break. She needs to float down. Needs to leave herself an angle.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just drop this in really softly now, this 14. Just gently roll down for the 10.
She's a little sharper than ideal. I think she's
this one you want to dig down a bit and come off the 2 rails just to keep the cue ball near to the 8. You go too far up, you end up with being a long way away from the 8 ball here. She's overcut it.
Yeah. She was trying to manipulate the cue ball to get on the right side of the 8 there. And in playing that inside spin, cue ball squirts, overcuts the ball, and the ball stays up.
Frustration for Sandy Wilder. Can Emily capitalize? And yes, she can. And Emily Duddy now 3 racks to 0. Who's a cameraman that takes loads of shots around the place as we go along. He had one specially made. It's pink because he wears pink shoes as well. And so Mindy made him this one pink one. Of course, it's hung up there waiting for him to go and wear it. And I said to Mindy, I said, you know what's going to happen? People are going to see that one pink shirt and say, oh, is that the only one you've got?
I want that one. Sandy going to get another swing here. Here we go. Rack number 4, Sandy Wilder. Much better of a break. The ball's open, but nothing is going to fall. So it's Emily Duddy. Will have a first crack at rack 4 and possibly get herself on the hill. Remember, we are racing to 5 in the women's. And following this match, another great one, Shane Petrick and Peyton Cortez. We've seen Shane a few times on the broadcast this weekend.
Yeah, he's in a shootout.
He's 15 years old. I believe that is a juniors match.
It is indeed. Yeah, he was on the comms with me for the Caden Herback match against Memphis Wilson earlier. And it's going to be a role reversal there. I think it'll be Steve and Wyatt will be in with Caden coming in to do some comms on Shane Petrick's game.
Yeah, that should be a nice duo. Calling the shots for you guys. Right now, Sandy Wilder looking to get on the board. It's been a frustrating go thus far in the match for her. So she plays the loss of turn.
Can Emily just clip off the 7 ball then, send it into the little group of balls over that side pocket and knock the 2 in?
Yeah, I think that's a great assessment, Tony. And she looks like she might be entertaining that idea.
Well, it does 2 things. It gets rid of the 2 and it will open up that 7 ball as well.
And it definitely progresses the rack quite a bit if you do that.
Yeah, Emily rightly using her extension just to figure it out. Make sure. I think that's going to be her option. Well, okay, the 2 didn't go in, but at least she made the 7 and stays at the table. So, job done, really.
And now the question is she going to be able to maneuver into position for that green 6? You know, usually there's at least one problem or puzzle to solve in the 8-ball racks.
Well, the only place you can get to just have a clear shot at it is below the 13 ball there. So if you get anywhere towards that diamond on the table, you see it's the sort just above the middle diamond on the left-hand side, low.
Well, she's got a great chance to do that. If she can get above this 2, she can float down right into that window. And that's what she's indicating right now. Not a super aggressive shot here. Just need to stun it off the rail a bit.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Even if she can't get past the 13, if she could roll it into the 13, that'd be just as good.
Yeah, fair enough. This is all about speed control here. And she comes out a bit thick. And I don't see her being able to pot this 6, Tony.
No, that's not a great position there. I'm just looking up Could she play it off 2 rails behind the 8 ball and back into the top left? Don't think she could probably get it behind there. Don't want to put it there where she can't make it, and she scratched as well on top. So not a great visit there in the end for Emily Duddy. But she's 3 racks to the good, so no cause for concern just yet.
Well, we know that things can change very quickly here in the arena. And Sandy Wilder looking to perhaps get herself on the board. Nice touch there. And the 8 ball still doesn't look like she's got enough to shoot it clean, Tony.
Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? Might just slide in off the jaw. But you want to be in the correct position. You want to sort of be just slightly as we look at it, to the right of it, and then you could drag it with a load of right-hand English and sort of push it in, if you know what I mean.
I do. I'll tell you, though, in this type of situation, I might be looking for a defensive option for Sandy. You know, if she's not confident to break it out or to get on the 8 ball clean, then I would be forcing Emily to make contact and leaving some of these open shots, kind of put the pressure on the opponent versus on myself.
Yeah, Sandy's got a bit out of position here.
I mean, right here, I would like to just bank soft the 11 towards the 6 and block the cue ball. She's going to let her get a swing at this. Not really sure Emily's got a pocket to shoot at. And that 8 ball being that close, can't really play the bank shot to the left. I think the 8 ball goes in for sure if she plays that.
Yeah.
Perhaps a double bank. Up and down to the bottom left. Not many options here. She just goes with the difficulty, but she does expose that red stripe at the top. I think that's what Sandy Wilder is going to go with here.
Yeah, I think Emily would have preferred to obviously leave the cue ball way over to the left, right, touching that rail.
And she's overrun this. Perhaps a side pocket cut. A lot of pressure here for Sandy. Her opponent 1 rack away from the hill.
Oh, she's played the bank and got it. It's a great shot.
Great shot from Sandy Wilder. Can she finish this?
Yeah, she shouldn't need the rest. I think she thought the cue ball had stopped before the 8. So this 8 ball, Sandy Wilder get off the mark. And in it goes,
there.
and Sandy Wilder feel quite happy about that.
Gets a couple balls to fall here. Yeah, Emily's one of those female players that really knows how to stroke into the ball. And a lot of times you can see a player really just rolling the ball and cutting, but she can manipulate the cue ball, fires the banks. She's really got all of the moves. Nice opener. I'd like that 15 to stay a bit lower to help manufacture something on that green stripe, but
Main problem really is where the 9 ball is. Up there, you got the 9 and the 11. A little cluster with the 1 ball.
she tries to hold it to
Well,
keep
she
that
had the angle
angle.
on the 15 to just bump the 8 ball away from the rail, get on the 14.
Well, she's got a lot of insurance at the bottom of the table here, so the odds are against Sandy here. She's going to have to really just bide her time. Perhaps open with a bank shot and pot that 13. Square in. She's going to hang up that 5. Now, Tony, where the 8 ball is now, doesn't look like the 4 passes that 15. If you're Emily, are you shooting a ball in, or are you going to manipulate that 9 and 11 right now?
Straight into the 9 and the 11. Get them out in the open.
Like, don't wait anymore.
Nope.
Yeah, the percentages say that she's going to get a chance at the table again. She's progressed the 14. Maybe back and forth across into the 111 right now. A little risky, but...
Yeah, you don't leave until late.
Could also play the 15 right now. I don't like it going up towards the 5s, though.
Great shot there. But
yeah, great shot from Emily.
I'm going to turn out well, though.
Yeah, she's going to be in a tricky spot. It looks like she's got perhaps just a little contact here on the 9. Don't think anything is really available. Perhaps a carom off the 9 to the 11. She went for it. Good effort there, but Sandy Wilder going to have an open rack at this point.
Going to take the 4 first, get that out of the way, because everything else is just next to each other, those 5 solids at the top.
And, you know, I could tell the reason, in my opinion, why she was missing that shot there is she was very conscious of her bridge hand, and she didn't want to foul like she did previously, and she had an awkward bridge the way she had her hand, and I think she played that one a little tentative. Looked like she was just uncomfortable shooting it. Oh, Emily Duddy looking to get on the hill here. Back cut on the 9 to the side. She's come underneath the 8 ball. So opportunity perhaps for Sandy Wilder to come back into this one. I mean, you really just have to go try to make a shot here if you're Emily Duddy. And she's going to get the 8 up table. But Sandy Wilder now with everything available. No awkward cueing this time. We just focus on the speed of the cue ball. Fall onto these natural lines. As we've seen many times, momentum can shift very quickly. For Sandy Wilder to come a bit short there on the 2, and Emily Duddy going to capitalize and get herself on the hill.
In goes the 8. Emily Duddy now 1 rack away from victory. That was back in the 90s. Played at the Valley National tournament as well.
Break and scratch here for Sandy Wilder. And she's going to be a bit disappointed with that result. You know, she had the ball really close to the rail. Not able to really dig. She kind of followed it right to the corner. But Emily going to accept gladly as she's here to win. And that's what she's doing here. Definitely didn't want to clip that 1 ball. She's going to go with a combination now. 15 to the 9. back and forth. A little stutter step. Almost a bit of a dance, Tony.
Yeah.
Perhaps the 12 goes to the corner now. It's very tight. Really tough to tell, but the 15 definitely available. Hopefully she can progress some of this congestion.
That's a really good pot. She was hoping to push that 11 ball out, but it stayed put. She's got the 11 and 12 stuck in that group there with the 6 and the 1. The other two stripes are okay. They're over by the side pockets. The 8 ball's going to need to be moved. So,
yeah, I'm curious how much of that 12 she has. She had enough to hit it. Did not go to a pocket.
There might be a bit of mileage left in this rack. You just heard the chime there. So it will go down to 15 seconds a shot soon as Sandy Wilder has played her next shot. So that will be interesting. See, this is where you want to be the one that's 4-1 up. So getting to the closing part of the match. And to have the 3 rack cushion is perfect for Emily Duddy, because any mistakes, you feel that they're not going to be punished, because Sandy Wilder, it's her first time in an arena, and I'm sure this will be her first time at playing at 15 seconds a shot.
Absolutely. Yeah, those extras in the arena can sometimes help, as we've talked about before, where, you know, under the pressure of that time clock, sometimes it forces your instincts to come out.
You haven't got
can't
time to
overthink
overthink
anything.
it. Exactly right. We're
Yeah.
on the same page.
Yeah. And perhaps we see something of a different result. And you see she's just firing balls in now because she has to.
She's not used to her extension. Is she aware that she has one for each rack?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm sure she would be aware of it, but perhaps not. It was a tricky line she had there. She grazed that 12 and put it in front of the 5, so she wasn't able to get there.
And she would have been aware of it, because Richard Rose, the referee, would have told both players when they start, you know.
Yeah, he goes over the stuff.
Like the boxing, you bring the 2 gladiators together and say, right, this is how we're going to do it. So she would have been aware, but she probably forgotten, you know, all that's going on around her. Meanwhile, Emily Duddy is trying to close this match out.
Now, did she leave herself enough on this purple 12 to go to the side behind the 5? She does call her extension, so it's obvious it does not pass. And she's going to end up banking this 12 ball. And this would be for the win, Emily Duddy.
Oh, it's a great bank shot.
Fantastic shot there.
Gets the 8 out as well. Wow.
Can she close it out?
Oh, stays out. Unbelievable.
Misses the 8 there. And she's still got that smile on her face. Sandy says, not so fast. I'm surprised Sandy isn't taking this 4 now. I'm going to like her to shoot that first. But she's controlled the cue ball well. She can just go forward, get above the 8 for the side pocket, and stay in this match.
That's a great shot.
And she's done it. She's perfect. She called an extension here. Perhaps this is deceiving. It looks like it's directly in front of the pocket.
She called it because she heard Emily call hers. Oh, I've got one of them, haven't I?
Yeah. We've got those. Ooh, that is a little deceiving. And she finishes
still makes it.
Emily Duddy breaking on the hill. Look out, cue ball.
Yeah, got the leg in the air as well.
And she literally kicked the 9-ball in from the head of the table. Perfect timing there. 9-ball avoids all the traffic, and then you see the gesture right there from Miss Emily Duddy.
Yep, and stripes going to be the order of the day. As Emily stretches across. Yep, she gets moving. Well, changing her mind here.
Just gets down and fires it in. You can see just that, you know, the knowledge and the instinct come out when that clock starts ticking down to the last few seconds. And look at this.
Oh, she's going to have to play the 14 off the 4 because the 4 is now blocking the 15. Shake it ahead. Couldn't catch it thin enough there, Emily Duddy, so Sandy Wilder back out on the solids.
Little back and forth there.
Yeah, she was going to play the combo. Switch to the 7-ball. Makes that.
It seems like Sandy's kind of settling in to playing in the arena now, and she's definitely a lot more comfortable. You could see she was a little tentative early on, maybe a bit of nerves. And of course, you know, moving that ball while placing the ball in hand, that was another one right there, kind of taking her back. But all things considered, I think that as she continues, she's definitely performing at a higher level.
She's playing better under 15 seconds because it's taken away the overthinking of it, I'm telling you now. But however, that shot wasn't a great one there from Sandy. And Emily Duddy with yet another chance to finish this match, close it out.
She's made position a little tricky here, Tony.
Yeah, she's got to stretch again.
And that's not going to get the job done, so Sandy Wilder one more time in rack number 7. And again, you can see that she's kind of falling into the game a little bit more. And as we mentioned, that clock perhaps helping with her performance. And the balls are all wide open. The question is, can she hold it together and finish these last 4 up?
Well, she is 2 racks behind as well, so I don't think it's going to be enough time for Sandy to come back in this match. Even if she does go on and complete the clearance here, you're looking at probably 2.5 minutes. She's going to have to break and run out.
She's bringing it closer. Four, 3 is looking like the score after this 8-ball, but she's got to get a move on. She needs every second she can get.
Now goes the 8. Sandy Wilder, 2 in a row.
All right, Sandy finding a couple of balls.
Hello. I'll tell you what, they're there, the stripes. They're all there.
Just over 2 minutes here. Is it possible? You know, the fans at home probably rooting for that 6-ball shootout. They'd love to see it. So much fun.
Completely different player the second half of this match, Sandy Wilder.
Totally agree with you, Tony. Definitely has a little pep in her step right now. And as the scoreline gets closer, you can see as she's just exuding some of that confidence.
Oh. Well, Emily Duddy now will have to start managing the clock. Let it get down a bit and then use your extension. Now, you never thought she'd be in this position when she was 4-1 up. And she's not managing the clock. She's not thinking.
I think you got to take the 1 here, Tony.
What you've got to do is let that clock go to about 2 seconds and then call your extension and kill this match.
Tell you what, Emily Duddy, she's going to take her time with potting these balls. But I do think she might get there and finish the rack. Down to just 1 minute.
But you know what I'm saying, though, Mike? She lets that clock go down to 40-odd seconds, calls the extension, that gives another 20-odd, and that's the match over.
That's right. All right, just 3 balls remaining and 40 seconds on the clock.
Now she'll call the extension, but she wasn't calling it to finish the match. She's still looking to just run the rack. She really is. I don't think she's aware of how much is left on the match clock.
And we're down to less than 30 seconds now. So
maybe she does know. She's just being very cool about it.
Yeah, I think so. I think she's aware. You know, the experience of Emily Duddy, she's not unfamiliar with what's going on here. And just 10 seconds remaining. And that's just about going to do it.
And there you go. A good hug there, Sandy Wilder and Emily Duddy. And it will be Emily that just edges out Sandy Wilder 4 racks to 3. A little wave to the crowd.